Things that I don't talk enough about in my content and with the people that I work with is how shitty you are going to feel initially when you start putting the work in to recover from OCD, meaning you're cutting your compulsions, you're stopping the reassurance seeking, you're starting to build a life structure, meaning you're starting to do things that don't give you instant gratification, mundane, boring tasks like making your bed. My name is Matt, and I'm peacefully wired. And I really want to stress this because it's very important to understand that initially you are going to feel like shit because you are going through withdrawals. Because seeking reassurance and doing compulsions are like doing drugs. They are the drug of choice for people that have OCD. We get a dopamine hit from getting reassurance, we get a dopamine hit from doing a compulsion to keep ourselves safe, and we get addicted to it. And withdrawing from that is not easy, much like withdrawing from actual substances, right? Whatever that might be, drugs, alcohol, it could be porn, it could be anything that is essentially detrimental to your existence, but gives you a really big high, whatever that might be. And fortunately for me, I have experience in recovering from OCD, and I've had experience recovering from drug addiction. And I know what withdrawals feel like on both sides of the coin. And I can remember, for probably the whole time that I've used drugs in my life, I've always wanted to get away from them. Always wanted to quit because I knew that there was a detriment to my existence and that it was holding me back in my life. And I was letting it hold me back, but it was holding me back. The consumption, the way that it consumed me, the way that I always felt like I needed to feel a certain way because I couldn't deal with how I actually felt, and I didn't know I had OCD and up until 2016. So, all of those times that I wanted to quit, I would quit, and I would quit for a few days at a time, and then I would feel good for a couple of days, awesome, and then all of the stuff would just come rushing back. All the stuff we deal with as OCD sufferers, intrusive thoughts, images, urges, all of the things, negative feelings, self-doubting, anything you can experience as an OCD sufferer. And so I would use again. And this went on for years and years and years and years and years. And the one time I actually did get away from using substances was when about 10 years ago, I was addicted to opiates. And I knew that it was not going in a good direction. And I was able to cut myself off cold turkey. But I remember how disconnected I felt. I remember how awful I felt. I remember how much it occurred to me that if I just went and took something that I would be able to stop all of that immediately. And that's a lot like what OCD recovery is going to feel like. You're going to probably feel good for a couple of days that you cut your compulsions, and then you're going to have